Well, I wasn't actually going to make this video, but I was looking at a bunch of predictions that people made for the year of 2024 in terms of trends. For some reason, most people were naming things that are already a trend or are already at the end of their cycle. There's nothing really wrong with that, I guess. I just want to make actual predictions that are more like bets, which is more fun than just naming things that are already a thing. Last year, I've made a video where I also predicted a bunch of things. And the thing is, first and foremost, I have said it in the previous video and I'm going to say it here. Everything is in and everything is out at the same time because of how quick the trends are. And it doesn't really fucking matter, honestly. This is just for the fun of it. I'm not about to change anything about my style. I'm not about to change anything about what I look like. But if you need inspiration or whatever, you can always look to trends if you want to, whatever. Last year, I've made my predictions and I want to go through them and see if I actually predicted anything right. Okay, so first of all, I have predicted that the metal mesh trend was going to continue. There's going to be a lot of return to form in Paco Rabanne in a sense of the big paillettes. Is that how you pronounce it? On the runway, I was talking about metallics in general, not necessarily metal mesh, because for example, I was talking about the diesel dress, the pink one or the orange one, the red one. They did a bunch of different colors. But back then, I think that they only had the pink one. I kind of expected this type of texture to continue on.
Doesn't happen overnight, it's something we work at.
I was actually right on that one. So that one I got right. It turned out to be that a lot of brands turned to metallics, different types of fabric that just gives an effect of either metal mesh or metallics. So that one was right. Ding ding. Another one was the diesel logo pieces, that diesel logos are gonna be fucking everywhere, which it was, but I don't know. I think that it kind of fell off pretty quickly. It started at the end of 2022. I don't think it's stuck around that much. If you've seen diesel a lot this year, let me know, because maybe I just wasn't paying attention enough. I don't know, but that was another prediction. The third prediction was YV Min and Melted Potato either having a big year in the Western market or Y Project creating something that is very much inspired by them. And I shit you not, I even said this, because they already got stolen, obviously, like their ideas and everything, by the Western market. But both YV Min and Melted Potato, they're either going to have their biggest year next year, or they're gonna have a biggest year in terms of Y Project recreate basically every single piece that they have made that got really viral in spirit. It's gonna be a little bit different, but it's probably gonna be the same thing, like a massive flower earring or whatever covered in glitter or something like that.
Dang.
Ding ding ding. I also predicted that Miu Miu is gonna have another peak, that they're not going to fall off. They're gonna influence the industry quite a bit this year, which they did.
Dang.
Same with Prada. I was saying that Prada was just gonna stay at its popularity. It's not going to grow as much as Miu Miu in terms of popularity with young people. And I think that that's still the case. However, I think that the sheer layering and whatever, that is both a Prada and a Miu Miu thing, but more of a Prada thing. It's already been a thing for a while now, so I don't know if they're going to stick with it, but it is going to still be a thing with the general public or with influencers and stuff like that, which I was also right in that department, but it's not that much of a prediction. Like, I was just kind of talking about how Miu Miu is gonna be one of those favorites for the new generation, which it is, but that's besides the point. It's not that much of a prediction, so whatever. I also predicted that Vivienne Westwood is gonna have a bit of a shakedown because they are restructuring and whatever after the passing of Vivienne herself, and I was a bit worried about it. I was a bit worried about what we're gonna get, in a sense of not the collection, but the fact that I felt like they're going to quickly start to try and turn it into a cash cow and basically return the fragrance thing, but in a way that would be a little bit disrespectful, because Vivienne only wanted one of the perfume and she never wanted any other one. So I was kind of skeptical and a little bit pessimistic about it. I was kind of thinking that they were going to immediately start to produce the perfumes again and kind of go back to all of the stuff that Vivienne didn't really really want. I wouldn't think that it's a bad thing if they return the perfume that's the original one. But in any case, I was wrong on that one. And thank God. Her partner actually created a collection that was inspired by Vivian's own pieces that she wore in daily life. He basically went through her wardrobe and created a collection inspired by what she loved to wear, which was honestly the best thing we could have hoped for. I think it was really sweet. Maybe, like, don't come for me if I'm missing some kind of vital information and there's something sinister going on or whatever. From what I know, it was actually really sweet in my opinion, and I enjoyed the concept of the collection. I enjoyed to see that the company is not doing anything unsavory. You know what I mean. I am pleasantly surprised and happy about what happened with the brand after. It was a really sweet collection. It showed so much love to her, and if he wanted to, he would. Okay. Thank God I was wrong on that one. Then another thing that I predicted was Slavic girlcore to it already started at the end of 2022, but it was just more of a thing with performers like K-pop stars, for example, but not all of them, just like a few. Slavic girlcore was really big this year. Fur hats, fur trims, fur in general, big coats, mini dresses under big coats, babushka style scarves, which I think is going to continue, but now people are probably gonna mix it with like the sheerness of Prada and make like sheer little scarves. What else was with it? Oh, like that song Попробуй moi, moi, попробуй jaga jaga. You remember that? There was a bunch of moments of people just like kind of getting into this aesthetic. Slavic core was really big this year, and I was right. Ding ding ding. I was right on the money with that one. I also predicted that there's gonna be new big YouTubers, like a couple big YouTubers that are going to have a weird crossover into the mainstream through weird coupling with mainstream celebrities. And it was not really a prediction as much as it was a wish, because I wanted something entertaining and weird, okay? But we did not really get that with YouTubers. We got it with TikTokers, but with a really weird brand of TikTokers. What's up? Like, maybe someone can explain that to me, because I clearly do not understand the appeal. I genuinely do not. And maybe it's like just like a cultural difference or something. I don't know. But I don't get this particular brand of influencer, which is the unhygienic white girl. What's up with that? Like, I understand that a lot of people find it relatable when they show their depression or them struggling with something in a very open kind of way, but there are limits, girl. Some things should not be just like a thing that you do all the time. Some things should be addressed as something that needs to be fixed. And I feel like, I don't know, I was just kind of really confused as to why this is a thing, and I'm really confused as to how this is not just something that goes viral. Because when things go viral, it's like one thing, right? But when you go viral for something like this and then it somehow propels your career forward, it's just really, really strange to me. And I said in that video that I want some silly coupling up, some silly things, okay? Scandalous reveal about them dating someone who is like a celebrity or something like that.
Whoa, this is the best tea I've ever had.
That you wouldn't expect. I miss that shit. Silly little things like Harry Styles dating Taylor Swift for like a month or something like that. That was fun. The way that she wrote a bunch of lyrics, a bunch of songs about that. Like, I want that kind of messy, that it's really fun and lighthearted and maybe a little bit manufactured. I don't know. I'm just here to be entertained, and I'm not being entertained right now. Tell me why we got Central C and that Center C? Central C. One of those. And Madeline? Yeah, Madeline girl from TikTok. And then a bunch of shit with that girl whose name is Alex, but it's spelled weird. Can someone explain to me why, if you are a fan of them, aside the fact that they show depression as it is or whatever, what do you like about them? Because I don't understand. I feel like this must be something that is just like very Western, I guess, because I just cannot fathom this whole thing. Enlighten me, because maybe I'm just, I'm just missing out, okay? Maybe that's what it is. That was it for my predictions from last year. And out of 7, I got 5 right. Low-key, a slay. Let's place our bets, ladies and gentlemen, and others. Let's just place our bets for next year. And next year, we'll see if I flop with my bets dramatically. And if I do, well, it's gonna be a fun video then. What am I supposed to tell you? Anyway, let's go. I have a few things that I have to get out of the way. Things that are already a thing and are actually already going out and are not predictions. This can't be a prediction, okay? Red and powder blue. Those two colors have been a trend since like September. And they peaked in November. They're not the trend to predict for the future, okay? You can't just say that red is gonna be the color of the year or whatever, because we move too quickly through colors, first of all. And second of all, these two have already been a thing for way too long. They're not even something that happened last month or something. So they're not a prediction. They cannot be a prediction. Second of all, sheer skirts, mid-length skirts, and the like cannot be a prediction because they already have been a thing since Miu Miu's collection popularized it to like another degree, and since Prada too. The last one is tights as pants. Tights as pants has been a thing already. Will it continue? Yes, but with general public, like not people who are at the forefront, they're not gonna be doing that anymore. I think it's a cute look for photo shoots and stuff like that sometimes. So if they still do it, especially if they do it well, I'm not gonna be mad about it. But it's not a prediction. It's already been going on, okay? And especially people saying that tights are a trend or hosiery is a trend. That's just an item that literally, again, to all my Anglophones and to all the people who have been, you've been living in the Western type of world for your entire life. Tights are very normal everywhere else. When I moved here, to Canada, I realized that people just don't wear tights for some reason. They wear shorts under skirts to avoid flashing, and they wear leggings under things. Tights are very normal to wear literally everywhere else, 24/7, 365 days a year. It's not like it can't be a trend because black, white, nude, and red tights are all way too classic. Same with like some shapes, like diamond shapes and whatever. It's kind of like saying that underwear is in. Like, no shit, everyone wears it because we gotta, like, it's part of normal outfits. Anyway, this might be controversial take, I don't know, but I know it's not going to be controversial to any European bitches watching. Like, I know it. I already know it. You're going to be like, yeah, no shit. Like, no shit, Lisa. And thank you. But anyway, my actual predictions. Okay. Of course, we're going to still focus on textures this year. Instead of really tight, abstract shapes and different types of outfits have like random holes in them and really tight bodycon dresses that have something futuristic about them and a lot of sheer layers on each other. We're going to see more boxy layering. We're going to see more focus on textures in general, especially with brands that are very popular right now, which would be brands that are in the realm of Miu Miu and Prada. Everyone else who loves that aesthetic, who follows that aesthetic, the smaller brands, everyone is going to play with that. Brands like Versace, for example, I have a feeling that they're going to lean more into their unironed dress look. Maybe not the dress, but I feel like they're going to explore something with textures rather than silhouettes. That's what I think is going to happen. So this is one of the bets. Blue Marine is coming out with a new collection soon, okay? And they changed their creative director. So Blue Marine has been doing a little bit of a punk twist on their fairy-esque stuff that they started in like 2019, 2020. Not started because they did do that shit in the 90s, but they basically revived it at that point because it was obviously time to. I have a feeling that what this new creative director is going to do, he's going to reference an era of Blue Marine, one era of Blue Marine in terms of silhouette, and I assume that it's probably gonna be something again 90s and 2000s, but not fairy-esque. Probably dresses that are more baby doll dresses with square necklines and like thick lacy straps or something like that. That's my prediction here. And another prediction would be that I think he's going to bring back the 2009-ish, is it 2009 or 2003? I'm really bad with dates, but it was somewhere in the 2000s. This collection of Blue Marine where they used a lot of leopard print or a lot of animal print in general, a lot of browns, and I have a feeling that he's going to jump on that opportunity. I don't know what he's gonna do, but this is my prediction for Blue Marine. So animal print trend as a feature that kind of brought back from 2009 or 2003. Straight lines and baby doll dresses, kind of classic minimalist 90s, but with textures of 2000s with like embroidery and light fabrics. Yeah, that's my prediction for that. Okay. Next thing is metallic is gonna stay, but it's going to transform a little bit. It's going to be metallic silver, metallic gold, fucking everywhere. Absolutely everywhere. I have a feeling that one or two brands are gonna try and mix it up and do bronze or something, but they're going to go for more of a foil look, not just glossy kind of like, oh, it's an actual metal sheet, for example, but like kind of like scrunched up a little bit or worn out look. Polyester metallics, do you know what I mean? That's my another prediction just in general for brands. I think that we're gonna have a dramatic 2016 makeup comeback. Yeah, the Manny MUA, Tati, James, and all of them, not them coming back, but their style of makeup is going to come back. They're probably gonna make a video that's like, oh, nostalgia video, whatever, doing makeup like it's 2016 or whatever, but people are going to call it birthday makeup now. Like the way that they're calling it birthday makeup right now, but they're going to start to do it a lot more often. It's going to come back and replace a lot of the makeup routines of girlies who have been doing natural looks, okay? I predict that 2014 filters on Instagram and this blog style posting where people wrote really long captions for IG posts and Tumblr posts are gonna come back. This is a little bit wishful thinking in the sense of not 2014 filters, I don't really love those, but the captions, I really loved those back in the day, and I wrote a few when I was doing a week of a piece from my wardrobe that I am thinking about throwing away or giving away or whatever, and whether I do or not series. I did really long captions that kind of talked about those pieces. I'm going to continue it. It's just I'm going to be taking breaks in between. I know, but it's because I've been putting so much work into the deep dive. I need to focus, okay? That's why I'm cutting down on my all other projects. But anyway, that type of blog-esque posting is going to come back, and I hope to God it's not going to be in a form of the blue ass water travelers. Like, I can't fucking stand that. I hope that it's going to, because they're probably still doing it, like, let's be real, not in a new way but in an old way, never moved on kind of thing. I hope that there's going to be more self-made models as it was in back in the day when they would post about their like routines or whatever and talk about the book that they're reading and like the fruits that they're enjoying or whatever the fuck, stupid shit like that. Anyway, that's what I'm predicting. I'm predicting that silver hair is gonna make a comeback, and maybe not in, I think not in the first half of the year. I have a feeling that it's gonna be at the end of 2024 when we're gonna start seeing silver hair coming back again, and there's gonna be a lot of discourse about aging, defying aging, or moving on from fear of aging or something like that again, like we always talk about it. So I think that's gonna be like the talk around that trend again. We're gonna see some Zoe Deschanel revival. It's gonna be remix. It's not gonna be in its pure form as it used to be. There's going to be a lot of references to different types of manic pixie dream girls. I have a feeling that movies about romance between the lead and the manic pixie dream girl are gonna come back for a hot minute there. We're gonna get at least a couple of movies like that. Maybe not in 2024 but in 2025, but we're gonna get announcements of them in 2024. A lot of polka dots, Peter Pan colors, a lot of that cutesy shit with Zoe Deschanel core aesthetics. I feel like that's coming pretty soon. I would say probably summer. I think that it's going to start to creep up in March or so in the circles of like people who are usually first ones to wear shit like that, the new trends or whatever. I'm predicting that there's gonna be a whole new wave, a tidal wave of content making fun of Gen Z. I feel like we've been posting too much shit about others, and I think that there's a reckoning coming. I think that there's gonna be just a lot of new content that's gonna be making fun of black cat girlfriend, golden retriever boyfriend shit. Like, I feel like there's gonna be a whole wave of that this year. Rom-com comeback, and not in a way like this recent one, Anyone But You, as much as I think that there's gonna be a lot of announcements in the first half of the year of interesting pairings of actors and actresses that are trending. And we did get quite a few rom-coms in the past 2 years or so that were like queer rom-coms, but we didn't get any good straight rom-coms at all. All of them were subpar at best. So I think that a couple of like really interesting, really famous actors combined is coming in 2024. Not the films themselves. I feel like they're just gonna give us announcements, but it's gonna be enough for everyone to be like really happy about it. Probably that guy, I can't remember his name right now, but the guy who was running away from his one night stands or whatever, that guy with somebody. I hope it's AO. I feel like it's gonna be fun. Higher heels for everyday wear. I expect that we're gonna go back to higher heels for everyday for sure. But if not high heels for everyone, maybe it's not gonna be that popular for literally everybody. But I'm expecting platforms or really thick soles. We're going up. That's definitely coming. And obviously we were wearing heels or whatever, but it was like kitten heels, all that kind of stuff. I love kitten heels and I'm still gonna be fucking wearing it, but I feel like it's coming. Like the high heels are coming. Jorgen Teller casual wear inspired looks. This type of photography that's pissing everyone off, which it does piss me off sometimes too, because there's good Jorgen Teller that I absolutely love. Like some shots are so interesting and they're so wrong in all the right ways, but then there's some shots where I'm like, this is not doing anything for me. It was a waste of time to look at this picture. I think that more Jorgen Teller is coming in a sense of the casual wear, ordinary people outfits, you know? And I'm expecting a medieval core with a punk twist comeback a la 97 Betsy Johnson. I absolutely love that collection. It's to die for. I absolutely love that collection. I wish I could have a few pieces from it. If you know somebody, girl, please let me know. Actually, I shouldn't be spending my money on clothes or whatever, so never mind. I have a feeling that it's coming, but it's not gonna come in the first half. It's gonna be closer to 2025. Maybe some poofy party dresses coming back as well that are kind of Betsy Johnson-y. But I have a feeling this is maybe me just like my wishful thinking, because I just want clothes like that. I want it to be a thing so I can buy for myself. But medieval core punk 97 Betsy Johnson. That's all that I have for predictions right now. I'm going to predict another thing. Logan Lerman rom-com announcement. Okay, let me know what your predictions are, if you agree with any of my predictions, what you think about my last year predictions. I will see you guys soon with another one. Bye.